breakfast.
Hello folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Lee Townsend, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you my 2022 setup, all the gear that I use to make my videos. And the reason that I'm making this video today is because I keep getting asked what gear I use in certain aspects of my videos, and when I send people to old videos that I've made on my setup, there's always something that's changed, something that I don't use anymore and I've replaced with something else. And also Ben from the Musician Insider, the podcast that I featured on a couple of weeks ago. If you've not seen that episode, by the way, you can click the card above to go and watch that. He sent me a private message the other day asking for this video, and I thought, yeah, to be fair, it has been a while since I've done a setup video, so I'm going to do that. By the way, this coffee is diabolical, but it does the job. It's got caffeine in it. So this video is definitely not sponsored by Dolce Gusto, but yeah, I know, questionable, isn't it? Anyway, I'm also, in this video, going to show you my new digs, because those of you who've been subscribed for longer than this year will probably not recognise this other than the past couple of videos that I've done. So let's start with that. Let's start with the new digs. As of the beginning of this year, I've been working on a new project. It's called Gecko Blaster, and it's a 4-piece cover band that's going to be available for booking for weddings and private events here on the south coast of Spain where we live. And we've rented this space to be able to rehearse all day without worrying about neighbours, because there are none here. So we can make as much noise as we like. It's great. We can just play all day and not worry about annoying people around where we live. But I also thought it'd be a good idea to make videos here as well, because the same reason. I can make as much noise as I want. I can be here all day. I can leave my lights here and stuff. I take my cameras and my mics and stuff back because I use them on a daily basis. But with regards to things like old PA gear, the speakers that you see behind me, they can just stay here, stay set up, which is really cool. So moving on to the gear that I'm using in these videos, and we'll start with me and we'll end at the computer, sort of, loosely. So this mic is new to the channel. This is a Shure SM7B, which is probably the most popular podcast mic there is, but it's also brilliant for vocals. Apparently Michael Jackson recorded Thriller on one of these, so that's how good that mic is. And that's plugged into my Focusrite Scarlett 4i4 audio interface, which has replaced the Line 6 Toneport UX8 that I've used since this channel's inception. Not really because the Focusrite's any better as such, it's just a lot more compact, and I can just chuck it in a rucksack when I want to make a video at home, and I don't have to worry about external power either, because the Line 6 needs to be plugged into a power source, whereas the Focusrite is powered from the USB of the laptop. So, talking of said laptop, that is a Dell XPS 15 from 2020. And for those of you who care about specs, it's got 32 gigabytes of RAM, it's got a 10th gen i7 processor from Intel, and it's got a terabyte of SSD storage, and a really nice screen and all that kind of thing. Really, really nice laptop. And I'm now running Ableton Live 11 Lite as my digital audio workstation, purely because I used to have this issue with Cakewalk, where I'd be recording and randomly it'd just glitch out and stop recording, or there'd be like a big squelch noise in the middle. And I always thought that it was the audio interface, but when I switched to the Focusrite, it was still doing it. So the Focusrite came with the light version of Ableton Live 11, so I installed it just as a bit of a trial to see what it was like, and the glitch stopped. So there's obviously some kind of issue with Cakewalk by BandLab, so I won't be using that anymore. That's a bit annoying. So with regards to monitoring, I'll go over my pedal board in a later video, just because it's not changed since I did my last setup video, other than the removal of the RC30 and the addition of the RC500. Video on why I switched by clicking the card above, by the way. So the next step is monitoring. So I go out of one of the outputs of the Focusrite into this amp that you can see on the fridge behind me. And that's an old Carlsberg amp that my dad used to gig with through the 90s when I was growing up, all his gigs that inspired me to pick up a guitar were played through that amp.
All he gives you is a humble bill and a dose of dope and a great big bill. Tell me, how can a poor man stand such times and live? Tell me, how can a poor man stand such times and live?
So that's quite a nice backstory of that. And that powers these two EV cabs that you can see behind me. And that's just so that I can hear myself in the room. I don't have to wear headphones to hear the loops back like I used to in my very early videos. We also use that setup for band practice so that we can hear the vocals and the keys. So that's pretty much all for audio, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much all for audio. So camera-wise, I use a Canon EOS 90D, which is the camera that you're looking at now. And as a second angle, I've got a 7D, also by Canon, and a G7X, which is a point and shoot by Canon as well. So that's my camera setup, and then the lights are these things, which are cheap Amazon things. So I think I've covered pretty much everything that I use for making my videos. If you've got anything useful at all out of this video, please do give me a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section down below of the video. And if you like this kind of content, make sure that you're subscribed and you hit the bell icon so that you get alerts when I upload new videos. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.